Welcome back to C.O.C. Network. Grant here. Only one Premier League game today. Chelsea beat Tottenham 2-1 at Stamford Bridge. Doesn't really matter what's going on in a season, as awful as it's really been for us. We always have Tottenham to rely on to deliver 6 points every year. So relegation battle goes to the last day. At least we have that going on Sunday. West Ham, you got one more chance, even though I'd actually missed the donations from Tottenham. We still aren't very good. Neither are they. That's a very big takeaway in regards to this result. Got beat on XG, but at the end of the day, you take the result, given where we are and given where they are. Really, there was some pride taken today, so at least we have that. At least we have that. So let's get into the five things. Enzo Fernández, salute. A guy who gets slagged off quite a bit, especially by his own fan base, continues to step up when no one else does. Speculative shot, sure. Seen him take a lot of those and put him over the bar. Really good to see him put one side net. Really nice assist to get Andre a goal. And he's playing left wing today. He was playing left wing today, accommodating for some of the other talent that we do have, and still puts in a shift like that. And again, not the most athletic, but always willing to work as hard as he possibly can. He gives everything. He leaves everything on the pitch for us. Wearing the armband today, took pride in it. And with the new manager coming in next season, we need a lot of players with this mentality. And I know there's a lot of talk about him potentially wanting to leave. And again, if anyone wanted to leave, I'd understand given how unserious we've acted. But I have a sneaky feeling we might be a little more serious next year with Xabi Alonso at the helm, and I think Enzo Fernández can be a very important part of that. So, great season from him. I wish we could have had more success, but Enzo Fernández, one of the few players who can keep his head up. I was one of the last people to really give up on Liam Delap at Chelsea. I think played a few games and gets hurt, misses time. When he comes back, Joao Pedro's in some really good form and hard to really get back into the team. Going from a team that just got relegated in Ipswich and then a big jump to a team like Chelsea, you can give some grace there. And I still think there can be a player there to some extent one day, but my word, not at this level. Another horrific performance, really. I mean, at least at the beginning of the season, there were glimpses, decent ball striking, shots on target, some hold up play, using his physicality for good, but there's no first touch, can't hold the ball up, can't help but foul players. Very lucky not to get sent off for a Meta World Peace-esque elbow at Jed Spence. There's just nothing redeeming in terms of his game. I wanted him hooked at halftime, throw Neto up top, and one of the academy wingers on because I thought that would have added more in the attack. Utterly useless today, and another good opportunity against a bad Tottenham team to try and impress the manager coming in next season and maybe have a chance to stay at this club, fight for his spot. But it would be a travesty for Chelsea if he was at the club next year. Just nowhere near it, and hopefully it's a permanent. On a positive note, Jarell Hato is nuts. He is, rocky start as well. Didn't get too much game time and tough first half against Brentford at left back, got hooked, and then a really tough showing at center back against Karabag away in the Champions League. But man, has he really grown. And we always knew there was a lot of talent with him. I mean, Facundo's been telling me about him years ago when he was still at Ajax. But this kid is an unreal talent, and I love Josh Achampong. But to me, Hato's just a pacier and more experienced version with more game time, of course, than Josh Achampong. Just a crazy profile. You see him at points in the game today, intercepting the ball, driving with it 30 yards, laying it off, making those final runs, and looks like more of a striker than Delap. I remember he even received one on the turn at the 18-yard box, laid it off to Palmer for a shot. But this guy can do anything. And I love Mark Cucurella, but with the form he showed in the second half and the age that he is, I would not at all be opposed to cashing in if a Spanish team can scrape the money together, because Jarell Hato has a very bright future. I personally think it's at left back, especially with Levi Colwill back in the team as our left-sided center back. But Jarell Hato can just really do almost anything on the pitch, and what a bright talent he is. I sure hope we don't ruin it, because he is going to be very special. Andre Santos got the start today. Reece James got some rest, and Romel Lavia. Well, we weren't playing Liverpool, so we saw Andre Santos get a start, and he gets a goal. All really the work of Kolo Muani, and then Enzo, a really nice layoff, slick finish from Andre in between the legs of Van de Ven, sweeps it across. Really important goal at the end, considering Richarlison, yet another consolation goal, respect. But regardless of the goal, I didn't love Andre's performance tonight, if I'm honest. And for as intelligent as he is out of possession, and when I say that, I mean knowing where to be and filling gaps when center backs are committed in the press and they get bypassed and always ends up in good spots. There are times where he just goes for a challenge that there's no chance he's going to win. And immediately he's out of position now, and then you have someone else filling the gaps, and there's a player that is open. And there were a few times today, and he wasn't the only player, but that was a bit eye-opening for me, I'd say. And I still think there is room to grow with him. I still think this isn't a player we should be rushing to get rid of, cashing in on, but there's definitely a lot of work to be done. I think he needs to be a lot more comfortable in possession, particularly in the final third. Funnily enough, I thought, considering his goal record at Strasbourg, he would be a lot more comfortable there. And then in the first phase of build-up, that responsibility could have been too much, but it's really been the other way around. So I'd like to see him continue to grow, depending on if we get Europe or not. I think those minutes can be really important for him, but there's definitely a lot of work to be done with Andre Santos. He's not the diamond just yet. There's still definitely work to be done, but I think it can be done. Last thing, you guys know on this channel how much I rate Achampong, how much I'm a fan of his game. He's not a right back, and the only time he is a right back is when the right back's acting as a center back in possession, not really getting forward too often. But when I see him overlapping and trying to receive on the half turn in the final third, I don't know why we're doing that. I just have no idea. I mean, we've seen him perform at center back, and the first game of the season, he plays in the middle of a three and absolutely deals with Mateta. I was like, okay, perfect. There's going to be no mistakes in terms of what he is as a player, and the scarce minutes he's gotten since January all seem to come at right back, and he's really high up the pitch when we have the ball. I thought defensively he wasn't at his best today. He did grow into the game and somehow gets hooked for Chalaba. I don't know why we do that, but I digress. He needs more minutes, but he needs to be playing center back. I know I sound like I'm just complaining for the love of the game right now, but we cannot lose him. As a talent, he is too good in a position of desperate need. And fuck, man, he needs to get minutes. He needs to get minutes at center back, or else it's going to be too late. He's going to leave. He's going to get those developmental minutes, and then he will turn into a monster, and it won't be here. So he's got to be a part of the team next year, and so much importance on getting rid of a lot of center backs that are currently here. That's 5 things we learned. I'm just glad that we were able to win a game. We haven't won a game since Aston Villa away. Joao Pedro's hat trick, March 4th. It's been 2 months since we've won a Premier League game. W hat. It's been too long. I'm glad we were able to get that. I'm glad the final day of the season will have some stakes, with Tottenham still potentially going down. I hate West Ham too, though, so I wouldn't even be mad at them going down, considering Tottenham's hospitality and the points that they deliver us every year. It would be missed, but it would be a great story, wouldn't it? So thank you guys for watching. No clue if I'll do one for the Sunderland game, and I don't know if we want to get Europe. I don't know. Maybe focus once a week and see sneaky little title charge. No, but I don't want to do the Conference League again, man. I really don't want to do the Conference League, but we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys very soon. Take care.